It should be 13. What's up, YouTube land? William here this week to show you how to do the artificial harmonic. Some people call them pinch harmonics, other people call them artificial harmonics. They're all pretty much the same. Harmonics that are done with the right hand with the pick versus with the left hand over positions on the fretboard. Obviously, you saw me playing Perry Mason there, a song filled with lots of artificial harmonics, something I would recommend for those that are trying to learn how to play it. I also think that it's more technique than it is gear. Some guys will tell you that it's a lot of gear that you need, a lot of distortion. You can see here, I'm playing a pretty cheap guitar here. I picked this guy up this week, and you know, she's great, but I tell you, this is a $250 guitar with stock pickups, and I'm pulling them out left and right. So anyways, we'll get into the lesson, and stay tuned. See you on the flip side. Okay, so what's important to understand here is how to hold the pick and where the harmonic actually comes from. In my hand here, I have two different types of picks. I prefer to use the Dunlop Tortex picks. I find that they don't slip out of my hands like some of the other picks that are out there. Plus, the thinner ones tend to not crack on the side. I've seen a lot of picks where you get really aggressive with them and you start digging in, and then the pick just shatters, and that's kind of crappy as far as I'm concerned. So anyways, I grabbed two different picks with two different gauges here so that you guys could see how it's done with both. They're pretty much the same technique here, but that it can be done. So the first one is the thinner one. It's not the thinnest. They do have a red one that's a little thinner, but this one's pretty good. So what I like to do for my hand is I hold my pick just like Zakk Wylde does. I curve my finger in like that, and I'll take the pick and I'll hold it like this. Now it gives me some range here, it gives me some flexibility, but what it does for me really is it allows me to put the back side of my hand onto the bridge of the guitar or the saddle, whatever you want to call it, and I can palm mute a lot there, and I can also play open. So if you see my hands, my fingers are touching the guitar where I'm lifted up off of the strings, but if I wanted to, all I had to do is just rest my hand down. Now, as far as a harmonic goes, the trick with it is that what I'm doing is I'm taking the pick, and while normally I would actually have the pick, for the most part, flush with the string, so that when I'm playing my chords, I'm just strumming away, or if I'm playing my, you know, let's say metal, a lot of us play metal, so I've got I'm palm muting, and I'm just going away here. When I do the artificial harmonic, my goal is to take the string here and to get it to touch this side of my thumb here. So what I'm doing is I'm actually digging my hand just a hair into the guitar, and I'm turning the pick just a little bit. We'll call it a 45-degree angle, so that I can get, as I pass over the string, I'm also touching the string with my thumb, creating that artificial harmonic spot right there. So what I'm doing again is, like I said, I'm just turning the pick just ever so, maybe pulling in your finger, whatever your technique is, and then just allowing the string that as it's getting plucked simultaneously, it's touching that finger, and that's where you get that harmonic from. Now, I do not like to play songs with artificial harmonics on picks that are really thin, because the pick is, for me, I tend to grab the pick really hard and I will bend the pick, and what I end up with a lot of is I end up with this type of pick. I end up with the pick being bent like that, which makes it unpredictable when I go to turn my harmonics. Now I showed you the other ones. I use the green ones, as you can see I got a little wear on there, but I like the green ones a little more because these picks are pretty sturdy and the edge doesn't fray too much, and it does allow me to dig right into that and the pick not for have no play, and it doesn't have any a recoil or anything like that. The pick is very unforgiving and is very strong. I like the green ones. The yellow ones are okay, and I forget the other color. The ones that's a little bit stronger than this, I think it's purple or blue, and those are just too for me. Alright guys, so the key thing to take away here is just to remember that you don't have to have $1 million. You don't have to have the most expensive gear out there that you can practice, and if you do the technique that I show you here, you'll be able to get those artificial harmonics down. I want to give a special shout out to some of my friends out there, Bruce and also Diamond from our league group, who's been struggling with this. I hope that this video serves you guys and helps you. Also, next week we're going to work, well actually this week, I promised you guys last week 2 videos, so later this week I'm going to show you guys how to do a legato run, a 1-2-4 pattern, and a 1-3-4 pattern. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Merry Christmas.